So the problem is that our Gasit gauge there seems to read full all the time, even if there's no gas in the tank.
Which we've tried and tested when it's been absolutely empty,
yeah,
and it still said full.
So, and the other downside is you have to actually have the engine running before that lights up. So we've got some instructions from Gasit. The van is nicely jacked up. Mandy's going to sit in the cab, read the instructions, tell me what to do, and see what we can do to get this working. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you that it's showing full. See, full LEDs, and that is definitely not full right now because we've been using it and using it and using it
and using it
and using it.
Yeah.
See, right now I would say that gauge is showing empty.
Really?
The needle's all the way up over here, but if I can smell gas, we've got a gas leak.
Yeah.
So this gauge is actually a remote sender. Those wires feed the signal from this gauge to the LEDs inside the dash. So you have to undo those two screws to remove the remote sender so you can start to test it. So you get the magnet, you hold it there, can you see it?
Yep.
You place the magnet and then you can check that you can move the gauge around like that. So the first thing I need to do is disconnect these wires, get the voltmeter out and put it on ohms, and then measure the ohms across there as we're moving that around with the magnet. So we've got a magnet, we've got the gauge out of the tank there, and I'm going to move the magnet around the back, and I'm just going to see if it alters the resistance on this. So as you can see that move, the resistance value is changing. So we're dropping low there, that's why it's beeping, until we get all the way to 5, and then we can move it back again and the resistance changing until we get to full, hopefully. That's what that means. So that means that this gauge is working fine, and that's all nice and happy, everything's okay. So the other thing I want to say on the tank is where this wire comes out and goes through the chassis up there, there's a hole in the chassis, and they've bonded it, but the bonds come off, so I need to seal that. The next one is that was loose, so this pipe that goes into there, that was actually loose, and you could smell gas. We've been losing gas out of there. Now the other problem is these weren't even connected on properly. They're actually dirty, the connections on the back there. So that's probably another reason why the gauge on the inside is reading full, because these connections aren't even made correctly. So yeah, I'm going to put some proper connections on there and do it properly, and then we can properly test it before you know, it goes out again. So putting that back on there, you'll see it goes straight back to 0, because the magnet inside the tank now is obviously saying I've got no gas. Number one, we have been out a few times and used it, and number two, it's obviously had a gas leak as well, which doesn't help. So I'm not too fussed about that, because what was it last time we filled up? About 8 quid?
9 quid.
9 quid.
Yeah.
So the whole gas tank here, I mean, it's not a huge one, but the whole gas tank is 9 quid to fill up. It says it's a 25 litre tank, and you know, I'm all right with that. That's cheap enough to run. It was just the fact that the gauge on the inside isn't working. So reconnect these up properly, seal up the hole under the floor there. At least we know this is working fine now, and then obviously fill it with gas, and hopefully then we can check everything out. So hopefully when I reconnect this and it works properly, the LED gauge should say, John, you've got no gas, you numpty. And then when we fill it up, it should say, woohoo, you've got gas. I've tightened that up, by the way. I got my big spanner set out. Ooh, nice big adjustable to tighten that up. I'm going to tighten the can, and I've checked all the other ones too. So we are nice and tight around here, and since I've done that, I've not smelt gas, have you?
Nope.
No, so we're not smelling gas, so that's all right. So put the screws back in here, and then once we've done that, like I say, I can reconnect these wires up, and then we can just check to make sure, fingers crossed, we are cooking on gas. You know. So I'm going to do those finger tight, because they are plastic, I don't want to break them. So I've done that one now. So yeah, now we need to get some wire cutters, and ask my very beautiful assistant Amanda to go and get me some wire cutters and crimps and everything else, and she'll probably turn around and go,
where are they?
So I'll probably say, I'll
in
go
the
find them.
toolbox at the back.
Yeah. That now is all sorted out. Gas valve is on full just wind it off a little bit. That's now tightened, that's all alright, that's in. So we can put this cover back on. It is just a weather cover.
That sounds like a substantial piece of metal.
It is, yeah. And it goes over there. And then clips in. Job done.
The retesting?
Yeah.
Right then. I get all the best jobs, me. I do. Okay. Okay. We have no gas! Woo! Never been so happy. Never been so happy to have no gas, because it's always said full, so that's brilliant. Hey. John, you may exit!
So I've had a few questions whilst I've been making these modifications to the van, and the questions are, John, are you not worried about the warranty of the vehicle? What happens if something goes wrong? Well, I just want to speak very honestly and clearly now. Would you ever want to take your vehicle back to people who put it together so poorly like this? They sent a vehicle out with a gas leak and with wiring that wasn't even connected properly right next to a gas leak. This is the reason why I will never take my vehicle back to the people that built it. And this is the reason why when I say to you, I am not bothered about my warranty, because I believe I can do a better job than they did at everything they did.
What's the matter?
My hat's come off. I'm stuck.
You're stuck?
Yeah.
You're stuck?
I am.
How'd you get in?
Well, I got in all right.
Yeah.
And I've not eaten anything since I got in.
I bet you've had a roast dinner since you've been in there,
Oh,
haven't
I
you?
did, yeah. It's a nice one. So we got no gas? Yay! Well, you know, telling us we've got no gas, which is great.
Should call you Jumpy Jack Flash.
Gasit John.
It's a gas.
So that is not on. That is on.
There we go. Push the button.
£9.80.
Bargain, I tell you.
That's it. £9.80.
Yep. All done. And off
Are you
we
ready
go.
for it?
Hang on.
Taking the puff.
Taking the puff.
Yeah. Don't pay now. £9.80. So folks, going in.
Yay!
So full of gas, full of diesel.
Whoop!
Already got a steak while we're there as well. Morrison's probably the best LPG place you can head for.
Yeah, definitely.
I think almost every single bar one that we've tried has had LPG.
Yeah, don't go the one in Tewkesbury.
No,
One in Tewkesbury does not have it, no.
So yeah, all done now. So yeah, that job's done. I can carry on with the other 38 million.
Yeah, so we're all gassed up with nowhere to go but to go home and eat steak.
Yeah,
so
and tomorrow carry on fixing the van up.
Fixing the van. Smashing.
Alright, so thanks for watching, catch you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.